All right. Hello. How's it going, everybody? I was just ending the stream and they dropped this on us. And then I was going to go for a run after the stream and eat dinner, but we have some really exciting news. So work comes first. What happened? They have taken our feedback about Necropolis. Many of us have been kind of resorting to calling it Necropolis recently. Everything from the map-to-map gameplay to the crafting has been very, very painful, to say the very least. Watch my previous video if you want to know my summary of all the complaints. If you've been playing, if you're watching this video, you probably already know. I don't think anyone really likes the league as it is right now. Yeah, quick little overview of the changes that they've made. I read it on stream already. I went on like a whole rant and everything. You can check the end of the VOD if you want to see that. But I'm just going to give you guys the real quick digestible download here. So the big thing is you will now be able to itemize your corpses for free. No more like, oh, Morga's full, really dealing with that. You can just do it for free right away. And that's going to be huge. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I hit 64 and now it's like the stupid pop-ups in the way, all that kind of crap. That's going to be huge and it will be free. Each of the downsides will now display the increase of corpses and all flame embers. Just a visual thing. We'll be increasing the number of corpses and embers relative to the difficult mods. Interesting. That might be really good. I think they're just going to be saturating us with just a lot of stuff. It might be like overwhelmingly possibly good, but if there's a lot of corpses, that UI, you know, if you know, it's overwhelming. That little pop-up and everything gets in the way. But I guess if you can do it really quickly and just immediately put in your inventory and just go, it might be okay. But that's like my kind of concern right now. Further increasing the amount of all flame embers. I did go on a whole rant on stream. I just want to keep this in mind. Reddit's such a flip-flop, right? Like yesterday they were on fire. And even like until an hour ago, they were absolutely on fire. And now they're just like, WWW. Oh my God, this is everything we've asked for. But it's not everything that we've asked for. My number one complaint about the area-to-area gameplay is how awful this interface is. This interface right here with the all flame members, it's really tiny. It only holds 30 of them. There's no visual on like what's what. Like purple is Legion, but you don't know which type it is until like they look identical, right? And so until you mouse over it, you don't know which one is which. And then when you open a new map, just like if GGG, if you guys watch this, this is my number one complaint right now. Is this whole interface, you know, the required item level for these, they don't stack very big. It only looks in your inventory in your locker. So if you want to, for example, go back to your stash, like, oh, I close it, go back to my stash. Oh no, it already automatically opens the map. You can't like go back and reassign things. And, you know, or maybe, hey, I want to buy some embers and maybe make it better than what I have. Like you have to be ready to go right before you open the map. I just want to call attention to the fact that that interface and this whole thing, this is like, I think one of the biggest misses. And I really want them to look at that. I recognize they have bigger fish to fry and I'm happy with what they're doing, but I hope that doesn't, you know, fall on the cutting room floor. All flame ember packs will be more rewarding. That's good. Currently, I find them like, I joked around with it. I played a little bit on stream today. These are pretty mid, honestly. These are primarily pretty mid. You know, most omens, I've done it. I've got a bunch of like really, not even a bunch, just a few of like really, really mid omens that are just like, whatever. Oh, I get Soul Eater when I level up. Cool. Like that's such a bad omen, right? Cool for the campaign, I guess. But like, there's a lot of just so much low value trash. And, you know, I hope, you know, that's what I assume that they're going to be fixing here. You know, just the rewards that you're going to get in general from the Ember packs. We'll be revisiting the rewards and pack size. So more rewarding. That's good. More devoted modifiers, more rewarding. So if you don't know, the devoted modifiers are the good yellow ones. I'm going to keep using all my tier 1 maps right here. The good yellow ones are devoted, and then haunted, I believe, is the term for the bad ones. Yeah, haunted modifiers are the bad ones. Those give you the corpses, right? So these are the haunted ones, and then these are the devoted ones. And the devoted ones have the loot upside. But I believe haunted is better. Oh, rip another map. I believe haunted is, yeah, I think you want that for better corpses. So that's why you would take Imperial Race right there. So yeah, more rewarding, yeah, better currency items. That's good. I haven't seen anything higher than Chaos Orbs. And I think in my Chaos Orbs one had been like 25% chance from the pack leader to drop a Chaos Orb from a converted armor item. Like really, really bad ones. So better. Lowering the danger of the more dangerous modifiers. Thank God. It's super, super rippy right now, as many of us know. So many league starters that may have like, you know, okay, you know, maybe above average defense. They feel like they have below average defense instead because these modifiers are so scary. So, yep, that's this is good, but for me, this is only in terms of the area to area gameplay. This is a step forward, but we need like 3 steps forward. So this is good, but it's I really want a lot more here. Being a little greedy, I guess, but that's my feedback there. Now this one is the big W. Naputazi, this guy knows. This is just so big. You will now be able to select the base type of the item you want to craft. So no more just getting random gold rings or gold amulets or anything. Huge. It's like, hey, give me an amethyst ring. Boom. Huge. We're removing some of the crafts that you can do the strength, dex, or int armor types. That's so big because right now you have to put a bunch of corpses. You have to, like at least like 2 corpses, right? Like doesn't have int, doesn't have strength to force like a pure dex base. Now this is just gonna be way less fiddly, really huge, but there are still special corpses for unique league base types like a Stygian or a Bone Ring. So that's good. Increasing the chance of the rare crafts like Fractured Mods and Mirror Outcomes. Granted, I have not particularly invested into, or not even particular, like at all. I haven't invested at all into any of the Atlas tree. So maybe you would have seen it more often if I did invest into it. But yeah, it's significantly more, I think, is just good in general. Because at least for me, I haven't seen a single one. Like the best that I've seen is like 500% increased life modifiers or whatever. Speaking of which, we've removed the tiers. So everything, instead of like 1, 2, 3, or 500%, I've seen like, I think there's been all those tiers. You will always get the max tier. So it's always 500% increased chance for XYZ modifier. That's going to be really big. Way less fiddling about, hey, I need at least a 1500%. So that's I can use a 100 and then a 200, and then I need like 2 500s, and you don't have to deal with that anymore. You can just get, 3 500s and you're done. So that's going to be really, really big. Just on average, the corpses that you get are going to be way, way better. And then here's the next one. These are so big. Like I'm actually excited. I hate the current crafting, and it's crazy how little change is required for me to now be excited for it. Like I think this is really good. We have now taken all the crafts that affect the modifier rating. So currently, let's look at the corpses that I have. Currently, right, if you want to craft, you have to go for like, hey, I need resistance. If I want resistances on my gear, I need increased chance for resistance modifiers. And then I have to also stack the modifier tier rating, so I'm not getting a bunch of like tier 5 res. But if I also want life, right, then I also have to do increased chance of life and increased life tier rating. And you have to stack all of those. That's why you got like 60 something graves right here. You have to stack them all up. Instead, all the crafts that affect the modifier rating are generic. It is now all modifier ratings are equal. So this might be busted. This might be like Harvest League busted crafting is coming back. We're talking Harvest and Recombinator, so like some combination of that, because now it's much, much more easy to stack the tiers of all of your gear. Like with just a certain amount of plus modifier rating, I don't know the exact numbers because I've kind of stayed away from this mechanic, but I think with 900 or something or whatever, like 600 or 900 modifier tier rating, you are very, very likely to get only tier 1 modifiers for that type. And now that it affects all the types, there's a lot of potential here for like, boom, here's my 6 tier 1 item. These two together, no more tiers, you can stack the increased chance, and the flattened, compressed effect of the tiers of the mods that you get is really, really big. You'll be able to directly use the corpses on your list of corpses if you don't know right now. If you want to, you buy the empty coffin. If you want to use the coffin, you have to go in here. It took me 10 minutes last night to find this place because I couldn't figure it out. Because like the logical thing from a UI UX perspective would be click right here, right? I just went boom, 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 boom. But no, you have to go in here and you're supposed to interact. Like I get it from a game design perspective. Like they wanted it to be like kind of fun and hey, here's all my corpses. It gets really tedious later on. So yeah, you'll be able to click on that instead. That'll be much quicker, much smoother. Right now, Control F to go to the search. That was one of my big complaints in my video yesterday. Maybe they watched it. We'll be sorting crafts by their type instead of by level, making it easier to find them. So for reference right now, it's not sorted at all. But if you start a craft, it'll sort them by level, which, who cares, right? Who cares about the haunted modifier being level 69 versus I just want to see all the haunted modifiers. And every time that you opened it, it would reset your entire search. So you'd have to like, okay, now I'm looking for haunted. And then you put one and then you click this and then you have to type haunted again. Very, very tedious. So that's going to be better. And then last up, the grave crafts to reroll sockets and links have been significantly buffed. That's really good because right now they are very tedious and obnoxious. If you don't know, right now you can't stack these. I assume that you just need 3 for a max of 4 because minimum is 1 socket, right? So 3 of the max 4 and then 1 of the max 5, and that will guarantee a 5 link, I believe. And actually on your craft, it does say when you're going to do your craft, it'll tell you how many links you're going to have. So they're going to buff that. So hopefully being able to get 6 links will be a lot easier and a lot better. which is great. I think that's just good quality of life. 6 links are just so mandatory in the game that I think that's really good. And yeah, they said they're still working on more. Just want to give you guys a quick little digest of my thoughts on that. Really, really big W overall. I am now excited to actually interact with the league mechanic. Both yesterday and today, I've been doing everything in my power to absolutely skip it. And now that is going to get such a big buff. I just can't wait for the patch. I actually hope the patch is in before I start playing tomorrow, because I really want to do this craft. The problem is, I think they said that the stuff that you pick up right now is not going to have the new modifiers. They're going to be like new corpses. Anything that you invest time-wise right now is kind of going to be a waste a little bit. So you kind of just want to wait. So yeah, the sooner the patch happens, the better. I'm really excited. Thank you. Like, I'm actually really impressed. You know, they've learned from Kalandra. It looks like they are turning things around right away. Unfortunately, they released a big scheduling L. They released on a 4-day weekend in New Zealand. I'm sure they're having some internal meetings right there and saying, let's not do that again. Because, yeah, I think this is huge. They've clearly learned from, you know, past difficult league launches, and they're making the changes right away. So, yeah, really exciting, really good. not much more to say. All right, and that's it for me. I'm going to hopefully get the motivation to go outside and actually go for a run. And, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.